Hey guys, it's Abby and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review of the PHOMEMO printer, which you see right here. So I'm going to share with you this product. Keep watching to know more, and I'm also going to do a setup video. So to start off, PHOMEMO contacted me and sent me this printer. Just so you know, it's a thermal printer and the paper is inside. You will also receive a cord for charging. It's similar to an Android cord, I think, when you buy the item and they send it out to you. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. You just press the on button. You have to download the PHOMEMO app on your phone, and it connects via Bluetooth, so it's pretty easy and it's actually very no frills. I expected it to be harder, but what I have here are images that I've created from my iPad and I transferred them to my phone so I could print my own artworks. And at the same time, PHOMEMO has a lot of templates and fun borders and ideas that you can use for your journal spreads. So since this journal spread that I'm doing is a sample of a weekly setup, I decided to really focus on stuff that would be useful for my productivity purposes, which is similar to this one, which is my tasks. I also have a lot of different drawings and illustrations. The printer that I got is called the PHOMEMO M3. I got the color white, but there are also a lot of colors, and I personally like white because there is going to be some point where I will just stick stickers on them. So as you can see here, you will see some templates that I'm going to be printing out. I really like this pin board. It's nice because I can then write down my tasks. And when you press print, it immediately just comes out. And what I like about it, it's just like tape. You can just tear it out. You have to pull and tear it out. And it's sticker paper, so that means it's so easy to just stick it on your journal and add some dimension, make it more dynamic, make it look extra better, I would say. And I really love this Instagram one. I personally don't fill out anything on the box. I just write it out. But it's so cute. It's something I could do for social media or content or post ideas. And I'm also going to be printing a lot more. So the printer I got prints black and white, which honestly is not really a bad thing because I am that type of person who doesn't really like to think about colors. So this is also a challenge for me because I never actually did minimalist spreads, or for that matter anything that's just black and white. It always has at least one or two colors. This week lettering, I decided to reverse the colors, then it comes out with a black border. So I think it would be nice to accentuate that, since this weekly setup would be focusing on what I have to do this week. So I'm just going to be doing a spread, which I will show you guys later as well. With that in mind, I've also decided to pull together some of my very black and gray. I mean, I don't have white pens, black and gray pens and stamps and inks, so that I could match it with this theme, because I also realized I don't really have a lot of these colors. I mean, generally black I do, but for inks, I went out earlier to Art Bar and I saw this champagne colored ink, so I decided to get one. I am not keen with metallic colors in general. I don't know if it's a preference thing, but maybe because I just don't like it. But anyway, I have finished printing my stuff. Oh, by the way, if you want to get one of these PHOMEMO printers, make sure to click the link down below for a 10% discount when you use my code. So I printed a total of 5, and now let's head on to my bullet journal. If you've been watching my previous bullet journal videos, you would know that I am using the Midori A5 in grid, and I really love the paper quality of it. So now I'm just putting together all of the materials that I'll be using for this spread, which is usually a lot, and then I just end up not using a bunch of them. And I think that's better than having less and then worrying about what to put on the spread. So when I do my weekly setups, I try to keep it as efficient as possible. So this is the ink that I was mentioning. So you have the VersaFine, which is in gray. I've got that recently, and today I went to Art Bar and I got this Encore in champagne. I just like the ink's name, by the way. So let's start. I have some stamps that I've also put together, and also some washi tapes. It was actually hard to get black and white washi tapes. I realized I don't really have some of them, but I think the minimalist approach is also a good way for me to exercise my creativity, because also I don't have a lot of black and white stickers, so you will realize that this spread doesn't really have a lot of stickers and just a few washi tapes, and I'm really focusing on the PHOMEMO printout, sticker printouts that I am using. So as usual, my process always begins with me cutting all the stickers. I mean, you could totally retain it, but I just like how it will cut accordingly, and besides, the edges of the PHOMEMO printing paper is peeled off already, so it's easier for you to like peel off the whole thing. So I'm just going to start by laying out all of the stickers and all of the elements on the left side of the spread. As you can see here, I like putting my dividers, so I just decided to tape on this measuring thing and put the days of the week below, so there would be like a month overview. I used to do a lot of bullet journaling, weekly setups when I did bullet journaling for a whole year, I think, yeah, 2 years ago. But this year I've really just decided to do monthly, but actually doing this was really refreshing because I really love also seeing the week and planning the week accordingly. So I'm just gonna stick this week banner right on top, just so it immediately marks that it is this week. So I am planning for next week, which is gonna be the 3rd week of March. I can't believe it's actually the 3rd week, because March is the 3rd month of the year, and it's also the last month for the 1st quarter, so it's going to be a lot of work from here on out. I'm just going to use this ruler to divide some areas. So usually when I do my weekly setups, the left side is basically a dump of all the things that I have to do, errands, meetups, my month at a glance, and key tasks and projects. This way I will be able to plan accordingly by doing the weekly page on the next page, which is on the right side. So here I'm just trying to work my way with some of the stamps that I have. These stamps, I got them from London Gifties. Christine sent them to me. Thanks so much. I will link her shop down below. You have to get at least some of her stuff, because I would say every time she sends packages, they're really nicely packed and they make you not want to open them, but then it's really nice and I love using all of her stuff. So I'm just peeling off this journal that I did. Actually, a lot of the illustrations that I'm using, I have used them for like stamps and other things from my iPad. I can also send them to you. Make sure to check the link down below for some of the images that I'm using. And I like how it's always repurposed, because that way I can always use them for my journal spreads, and I also save a lot of my files, that's why. So here I'm just working on the lower left. You will see the monthly overview, and this is the 3rd week. So what I do is I just number all the days as usual, and I like the grid format of this notebook, as I keep mentioning, because it's easy for me to just jot down everything. I also am encircling some of the important dates, aka weekends, because this March is going to be filled with workshops and events, so I don't really have time to chill, but it's fine. I mean, I'm taking some days off on the weekdays. So I'm just writing down on my PHOMEMO sticker here on the board. I'm using a twin marker, just so you know. I don't think gel pens would work here, so I'm using a permanent marker in a very thin point. This is from Pilot. I love it because it's really strong and it doesn't give off a bad odor. So here I'm just lettering goals. So this will be my goals for the week. Generally, I have a lot of goals, but sometimes the simpler the goals, the easier it is for me to just do it. Like, you know, work out 5 times a week, or be more aware of my moods, because that really changes how I work, and it also determines whether I finish the task or not. And honestly, my main goal every week is to finish every damn task that I need to finish. So I'm just adding a quote here because sometimes you just want that sort of kick. And I used to do this also during the time that I was doing bullet journaling, as I mentioned. I always put a quote, or usually like the horoscope or something that would like motivate me to start the week. So I'm just adding the rest of the stamps. I realized too that this spread has more stamps than stickers. Yeah, I don't really have stickers except for the PHOMEMO, so I guess that was the sticker. And I'm writing down 20th March before I forget, because it's my 5th work anniversary. So you'll definitely see a new video on my channel that day, so make sure to check out my channel for that day and click on the bell for notifications. Lastly, on the left part, I'm writing all the meetups I'm having next week. I actually have a lot of meetups. This is rare because I am usually stuck with work, but it's also nice to go out and meet friends and hang out and do the things. So here on the right page, I'm starting by sticking the Instagram frame and also my tasks. And then I start to draw a line and start with the dates. So I got this date sticker from Shopee. I really love it because it's so vintage looking and it matches perfectly with this spread. The only downside is the 21, I think, is in red. But who cares? Anyway, I think that's an indicator that it's the weekend. It's a weekend date. So I also took a photo of my postcard on the wall. And it's great because the PHOMEMO app can scan it. And now I'm just editing and cleaning some parts. And I'm gonna print it because we can never run out of many motivations. I always need some kind of quote to add to my spread. And since my weekend plans aren't really a lot, I decided to just stick it there on that area. Apart from this, I do have a personal errands planner, so I would say not my tasks won't fit in this weekly spread, but for the record, work tasks would fit. So I think that's pretty feasible enough. Like later you will see me setting up, but I would write 2 to 3 bullet points, just key points on what I have to work on. So I'm just decorating some parts of the left side. I decided to not fully add details to every part of the page just so it could have some breathing space, especially since when you look at it from afar, it's very black and white and it's monotonous. So it's nice to have some sort of areas where it's just white space. So here I'm just writing some content ideas for the week, my tasks, mostly adulting tasks, which mean cleaning, buying water, fixing the stuff in the studio. I also forgot to water my plants, but I do that every week anyway, so there's that. And then I am using my Mildliner, ever trusty Mildliner gray pen to highlight the first line of each date, and that's where I write some of the key things that I have to focus on for that day. And I think it really helps because then my mindset would know, like, okay, today I'm gonna be chilling. The next day I have like a lot of filming work I have to get ready to prep. And these things I tend to overlook, but the more I start planning, the better I have and the better vision I have and a clearer sense of what needs to be done. I am just writing my tasks using the Sarasa 0.3 pen. Guys, this is my ultimate holy grail pen for the past 2 months now. Only because it's thin, but the pigment is really great and I just love using it on everything. It just writes seamlessly, and I have been a G-Tech baby all my life, so I think it was apt that I really love this. And also because G-Techs have caps, sometimes I lose the caps, so I really like click pens, right? I'm into click pens at the moment. So I'm just finishing off my tasks. Hopefully next week won't be that busy because I'm having quite some days off as well, and I really want to take this time to sort of, get used to work and not work too much or too little, like have a proper balance. So here at the bottom, I am just using my Pentel Touch to write my weekend plans for Saturday and Sunday. And I'm also using my Sarasa here, but this is from the Vintage collection, which is the color gray. It's a bit thicker than the 0.3, so this I think 0.5, that's why I don't use it as much. But anyway, it's still really good and smooth to write on, and the paper, as I mentioned, is really good. So that's it for this spread. Make sure to click the link down below if you want to get your own PHOMEMO. I highly recommend it. Click the link for 10% off. This is my final spread, and I hope you guys liked it. It's my first time doing a minimalist effect, so let me know if you like it on the comments below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you. Bye!